lovers and AMD fans, your day hath arrived. I'm Elric, you're watching Tech of Tomorrow, and today we're taking a test drive of the brand new R9 390X Strix Gaming Edition from the people over at ASUS. Now this card's overclocked out of the box, has 8 gigabytes of RAM, silent fans, and just all kinds of crazy stuff. So let's check this thing out in depth. The ASUS Strix series is geared for the hardcore enthusiast, and no corners are ever taken in its design. Featuring overclocked performance, armor protection, and superior cooling right out of the box. The Strix R9 390X is one of the most thought out AMD cards to hit the market. And in a world full of cards, it can be confusing to make a buy, and the Strix stands in a league of its own. As far as visuals go, the Strix is a looker. Sporting the ROG red and black color scheme, and on top we see 3 triple blade fans. Now these triple blade fans are something cool. They offer 105% more air pressure than standard design fans, as well as being 3 times quieter than reference design fans. So they're not only pretty, they actually work. Another neat thing is these fans feature 0 dB operation. Now this may actually confuse some users out there, because in certain games like League of Legends, StarCraft, and others, the card actually has the fan not moving at all. That's right. So you might think, hey, wow, my fan's broke, but that's not it. What it is the card's running so cool and so efficiently that the fan doesn't need to be at all, making 0 noise. And on the back side of the card, you guys can see the Strix Owl is staring at you, and it's on this awesome protective thing that also shows the Strix nomenclature. Protective shields are awesome. I really love this one. As far as going around the card, ASUS has implemented their latest DirectCU3 cooling that utilizes a 10mm heat pipe that is 30% cooler and also, once again, 3 times quieter than the reference 390X cards. This new design actually transports 40% more air away from the GPU than previous generation cards, so that's a pretty awesome feature. Also, the cooler that the card runs, the better the overclocking is going to be, and if you run the card just the way it is out of the box, it will actually enhance the lifespan of the card by keeping it running at a standard temperature all along. Heating up and cooling down are things that make the card die faster, and the more you keep that card running at a steady temperature, the longer it's going to run, the better it's going to run, and the better overclocking results you're going to get in the end. And as I flip the card around to the side, we're going to see the 2 6 and 8 pin power connectors, some more of the cooling apparatus, the Strix logo which will light up, and then strangely missing, there are no crossfire connectors on this card whatsoever, which is kind of strange. Now, the rear I/O, flip that around, has a single DVI-D connector, a single HDMI, and 3 standard display ports. That's the connectivity on the card. The card actually is 4 separate pieces. You get the backplate, you get the PCB, you get the cooling apparatus, and finally the triple wind blade fan housing rounds it out. The card supports a maximum digital resolution of 4096 by 2160. Has 2816 shaders, 8 gigabytes of GDDR5 memory, a 512-bit memory interface, and the card comes clocked out of the box at 1070 megahertz. Power consumption of the card is at 300 watts, and like I said before, you will need a 6-pin and 8-pin power connector to connect the card and power it in your system. The card's dimensions are as follows: 11.8 by 5.42 by 1.57 inches, which is 30 by 13.77 by 4 centimeters. So we've got you covered no matter where you live. ASUS engineers have integrated aerospace-grade alloy components to reinforce the overall reliability of the Strix series cards. And these cards will now feature an 8-phase alloy power 2 that eliminates electrical buzzing by 2 times the standard design cards, and this also allows the card to run at 50% cooler than previous generations. With GPU Tweak 2 and XSplit Gamecaster, you can now tweak your card to your heart's content. And by using the gaming booster, you're just 1 click away to an instant performance up. This feature is both really cool for the advanced user and the beginning gamer. Why? Because with a simple click, you can get a performance up. And I think that's pretty cool, because who wants to go through all the time of going through everything and overclocking your card? If you can just click a button and get some performance boost, hey, that's a cool thing in my book. Leave your comments down below and let me know what you think. All right, so there you guys have seen all the information about the R9 390X Strix card. Its speeds, its feeds, what it looks like, its power consumption, all that good stuff. But I know you guys always want to know, how does the damn thing perform, Elric? Well, we're going to jump into that in just a second, but let's real quick talk about the test system. It's an i7 4770K, slightly overclocked. 16 gigabytes of RAM, that's right, 16 gigabytes, and a 1 terabyte Western Digital black hard drive. So let's get ready to create a mosh pit, and let's check out those benchmarks to the benchmark score. Let it begin! Okay, so what do you guys think? Now, you guys can see the card does run a little bit hot. I have to say that the card was running a little bit hot compared to some of the others. And as far as the scoring was going, this thing was coming in right about the same as a 980 reference card. Now, this card's actually about 429 bucks, so it's really not that super expensive as well. But I know that some people out there are going to be saying, hey, that's kind of like, wow, well, the 980. But, you know, a lot of people know that the 390X, this particular series of cards, was a slight rebrand. No big deal, but that's what it is. It has 8 gigabytes of RAM. The last one didn't, so whoop-de-doop-de-doo. Now, currently, this particular card has not even hit the market. But it's a nice card. If you're an AMD fan, you're looking to get yourself a card that runs quiet, will do good overclocking, hell man, this Strix is one hell of a damn card for those things. So I'm Elric, you guys have been watching Tech of Tomorrow. Hope you guys like this video. Like usual, down below the like button will be all the information. Now currently, like I said, this particular model of the card is not available, but we'll have links to other cards, including their standard 390 down there below. So check it out. We'll see you guys back here on Tech of Tomorrow. Peace. See you back in game land.